Sodium hydrogen carbonate, it's got the formula NaHCO3, undergoes thermal decomposition on heating to produce sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, water and carbon dioxide. The equation for the reaction is this. Calculate the minimum mass of sodium hydrogen carbonate that must be heated to produce 0.25 decimeters cubed of carbon dioxide. So let's start our bugs then. What is it we're trying to figure out? We've got to do a calculation. And we're trying to calculate the minimum mass of sodium hydrogen carbonate. So that's what we're trying to calculate. What do we know? Well, it's the mass that will produce 0.25 decimeters cubed of carbon dioxide. Quick glance, that's in decimeters cubed, so we're fine. We don't need to do anything with that. I'm just going to do a quick scribble on my equation to get rid of the bits I need and don't need. So I'm trying to, sodium hydrogen carbonate undergoes thermal decomposition, and we're trying to work out the mass of sodium hydrogen carbonate needed. So it's going to be that one that we're trying to figure out. We don't need that one, we don't need that one, and we're trying to work out carbon dioxide. Right, so next scribble I'm going to do is my equations that I know about. I know the gas equation, so I know that volume moles 24 decimeters cubed, and I know I've got mass crushing Mr. Mole. So let's think what numbers I've got. Can I put any of those on here? So I've got 0.25 decimeters cubed, so that's a volume. So I'm going to annotate on there 0.25 decimeters cubed, and that's carbon dioxide. And I'm trying to figure out a mass, which is that one, of sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is this here. NaHCO3. So first thing to do then is to work out my moles of carbon dioxide. So I'm going to say moles of carbon dioxide. Moles is volume divided by 24 decimeters cubed. So that's my formula. Next, insert the values. My value is 0.25 decimeters cubed. Divided by 24. Don't need to do any rearranging, but that's straight at my calculator, and I'm going to end up with 0.010416 moles of carbon dioxide. Okay, so if I know the moles, I can do my ratio to work out my moles of my other substance. So let's read our ratio. So my two things I've got is sodium hydrogen carbonate and carbon dioxide. I've got 2 moles of that one and 1 mole of that. So I've just worked out, I don't have 1 mole, I've actually got 0.010416. So I've left that in my calculator. Therefore, I'm going to have double that. So keeping that long number in the calculator so we don't get rounding errors, times it by 2, we end up with 0.02083. Okay, so I now know I've got 0.02 moles of sodium hydrogen carbonate. My next question is to work out the mass of that. So I know mass is mR times by mole. Okay, insert my values. Well, mR, I'm going to need to work it out. So sodium, if I look that up, that's 23. Hydrogen is going to be 1, and carbon is going to be 12, and oxygen is going to be 16, but I've got 3 of those. So I've got 23, 1, 12, gives me 84. So that's my MR. I need to times that by my mole, which is 0.0283. Gives me 1.7, I'm going to round to 5, 1.75, and that's going to be in grams because it's always in grams with my equation.